Okay, let's just wait 2 minutes. Let's see if the others are joining. Then we get started. I currently have a sell position on C3. We've been on the downtrend for the longest of times here. Okay, so price also, if you notice, it's left an order block here. And right now, one other order block has been broken on the bottom side. Okay, so price looks like it has momentum. We could drop until here, but this is on the daily chart now. So we also want to see how today's daily candle closes so that we can determine whether we're still going bearish or this will be where the price stops and pulls back into this OP. So we have to wait for the daily candle to close there. Okay, because of time, we're just going to get started solo. So I'll look at C5. C5 fell into the zone on the daily. This could be a bullish bearish pattern trying to form here. We could see this price even coming here before it pulls back. So let's just check on H4. Okay, H4. Okay, so we want to see how H4 is going to close at 10. That's in about 30 minutes. We want to see how H4 closes. If it closes with a full body red candle like the current one, we could see this price pushing lower, probably to this week's lows. So if this candle closes like it is now, we could expect price to consolidate a bit, but there is a possibility they'll come back to this week lows here. It's been a strong downtrend as well. Let's check H1. Okay, H1 looks like it's okay. So if you're on the charts earlier, you see this order block here. It was respected here. So you could have been in a nice sell there. Yeah, you could have taken about almost 100 pips. So now we just want to wait and see what's going to happen. Will this price come back up? Or will it continue falling? So that's what we're waiting for now. So this is H1, M15. Okay. Price was pushing up. Okay. So for this candle here to qualify as an order block, we should have a move which breaks this low. So if price was to come and do this, then start pushing back up, this makes this an OB, and you simply have to wait for price to come back into that OB. before you actually commit to the sell. But for now, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. For now, it's not so clear. They could still do this. Okay, let me see where we can have our limits. I think on C5, if we can have, okay, I'm just going to check the daily again just now. Okay, that's a possible area for sell limits, 75.56. Possible area for a sell limit. Okay, just checking M5. Yeah, so that's a possible area for a sell limit. Because now on M5, this candle here broke this little structure here. So that qualifies this little green one as an OB. So this sell limit here is valid 75.56. Okay. So I'm just going to set my sell limit as well there. You can put it on 75.55 for the sell limits. 75.55. Okay, so that's where my sell limit is. We'll just wait. But also take note that price, there's a huge possibility that the price will want to retest this trend line. So your stop loss probably should be somewhere here. My stop loss should be somewhere there. So you can put it on 75.90 for the stop loss. But that you can modify a bit later. You can just put it now if you can. Okay, so that's my view on C5. I'm just going to quickly check the daily just to see what bias we have there. All right. We'll break that zone. All right, let's see what happens. So if we break the current zone on the daily, we have an order block on the top there. If we break this zone, it means we've broken this little structure here. So you expect your price to come into this green candle in here, which is the OB, or it can come as high as this OB. But we'll be updating like on a daily so that we don't miss any move. Okay, so that's C5. Then I'm going to look at B75. Just want to check what happened. Okay, I remember we marked this. We had a session yesterday where we marked V75 here for a possible move. So as you can see, the broke the highs. I think we had marked everything here. Let's just go to a smaller time frame. So for now, it looks like that momentum is still there. That buying momentum. So let's just mark possible targets. Okay, so it's currently in the zone. So I think it's best if we just be patient enough to see what happens in this area. Just want to see what happens. Are we going to get a break? So when price left here, you can also see that will be your sales were here. TP, 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 all TPs were hit. So V75 for 1 away to see what happens there. Bless me. Okay, so 4 hour strong bullish. So from the zones we marked yesterday, let's see from yesterday. Let's just go to H1 to see how price played out. Okay, if you check, there's those 2 zones in there. This is from yesterday. C1, okay, I'll check it just now. So this we marked yesterday. The way these little rectangles are looking at, I think we on either M15 or M5. So let's see. Okay, if you check how price was marked here, let me try to make this a bit larger. Okay, so if you check here how we marked this one. Okay, when we had the session, I think, I'm not sure what time it was, but we were somewhere here, if I'm not mistaken. So we had this little OB respected here. Then I was looking at this one for a continued sell, which never came. But if you check now, price was trading above the 50. So we had a break and a retest. The price just pushed up, breaking this zone as well. That candle there is your signal to buy, and it's right on the 50, rejecting the 200. So if you are with BTMM, you would understand that TDI, 2 sharp fins there, so the buy was valid. But if I was in this trade, probably I would have taken profit in these highs. But then it just continued to push up from there. So that's how it played out from yesterday. So today, I don't think I have a setup here for now. It's a strong uptrend, so I'd rather wanna trade it probably tomorrow after I see what price does. M5 strong divergence though, so we could get maybe sells to the 200 MA possible, but we'll see. We'll check it in about 2 hours or so. So for now, we're just gonna wait for the 4-hour candle to close. I think it's gonna give us a bit of a direction of what's gonna happen. So yeah, we're gonna wait for the 4-hour to close in about 20 minutes or so. So I'm gonna look at C1, then look at gold. If anyone else wants to share their screen, you can just raise your hand. Okay, for now, at first glance, H1, I think price will continue pushing up. I think C1, we also spoke about it yesterday, where we marked these zones. And I think I gave a limit, some limits on C1. If you check in the WhatsApp group, the limits are there. So for now, for me, C1 looks bullish. So I wouldn't want to be in this trade for now. Because once they break these highs, they should push up possibly to this area. So I'll only start looking for sales when price is in this area. That's my view on C1. Those who are not scared to buy, you can probably buy, have a stop loss here, take profits somewhere there. Okay, so C1, that's it. So I'm gonna switch to gold. Okay, gold. Okay, this is how gold is looking like. So yesterday we also spoke about it. We touched on it. Then as the price moved during the day, there was a time when I thought this price was coming back here to this trend line. I think I gave a sell signal. I notified that I was selling, but then I think it took me out also. Then after that, took the buy, took profit somewhere here. That was gold. So for now, seeing that they've broken all these highs here, huge possibility we could be bullish. Why I'm thinking we could be bullish is because, like, with what's happening with the cryptos and the stocks, usually people like to find their if you would call it security in gold. So we could see the price of gold pushing up a bit. So for today, okay, I would like to see this. Also, my point of interest. That's all I just put. This one. Price comes here, possibly we could go long. So let's just do our multi-time frame analysis just to be sure. Okay, from the daily. I've got a funny feeling today we're gonna have a move like yesterday. This from the daily price action. What I'm seeing is this price could actually push up. So today, if you check the wicks on that candle, there's almost no wicks. So we could get another stop and low before we get a rise. Or price could push back all the way down to the trend line before the buy gets activated. Oh yeah, that buy on gold, it was dope. So I'm thinking this is a stop hunt to the low side before we buy based on the daily price action. These highs have been broken. We seem to be picking up on momentum, so we could get a good move. So I'm seeing this as a stop and low. So I'm just gonna drop time frames and see if I can confirm that. So we could possibly be looking or waiting for buys on gold. They could also fall to this area, but then this is the daily. So let's just check on H4 and back to H1. Okay, if they are to stop onto the bottom side, I remember mark this on H1, they can come as low as here. But from here, we also want to see the price action. If there's momentum, then probably this could be a stop hunt or inducing of buyers to the top side before they come back down. So we just want to see what happens when the price gets here and when the price gets here. We want to see the type of candles which are going to form there. So that's H4. So possibly we could also just retest on the 13 EMA, which is on this trend line. So let's just wait and see how price plays out. Okay, H1. Yeah, looks like they'll definitely push down either to the trend line or to this zone. So let's see possibility of scalping sales. So let's see M15. Yeah, could be looking to scalp some sales. So I'm just going to change this zone to here. Possible scalping of sales. I would look to take profits on the 200 MA. So possible scalps here, stop loss. So it might be a 1:1, 1:2 trade possible, but for buys, I think it's best to wait for buys here or here. Let me just check M5. If anyone has got a different view, feel free to share as well. Okay, M5 looks like it's bearish. So for those who are scalping, if we were here, once you see this sort of price action, those two candles, the stop loss is here. The price is trading below the 50 level on the indicator, trading below the 50 EMA. Nice M there. So that could have been a sell. So for now, let's see. Could be continuing down because it looks like it's a downtrend, but I prefer price or selling near the moving averages. So let's see what happens. So we could take a sell possibly to that zone where marks, which is also near the trend line. If there's anyone with a different view, you can share. Anyone else want to share something else? This is the time. I'm also looking to buy oil. Oil looks like it's getting bullish. But a safe buy on oil would be, this is WTI crude oil or USA oil. I'll be probably looking for a break of 86.00 for me to commit on those buys. But for now, I think it could push up. That's on oil. Okay, let me just check. Looking for buys around 1842.78. Okay, 1842.78. Okay, yeah, that's perfect. So yeah, that's our point of interest there. So for today, we just be patient and see what happens. C3, are we still holding? Let me check. C3, it's currently on 40 pips. It's currently in red though. Let's see if we can hold C3, C3. Okay, let's hold until the 4-hour candle closes on C3. And if we don't get any spikes, you can cut those there. Right, anyone else wants to share questions, additions, subtractions? Okay, GU. Okay, I'm just trying to add GU here. Okay. Looks like they hit the bottom on 2 different days. Let's see what's up. Okay. Okay, so for me, I've got what I'm seeing here is divergence. Doesn't this look like a zone flip? Possible zone flip. Okay, let me just start from the daily. 135.405. Okay, just mark those zones. Okay. Okay, possible buys. Yeah, I'm with you there for the possible buys. Because it'll be looking, this for me looks like a flip zone or zone flip, whatever you call it, this year. Possible. Very possible for scalp buys around 134.712. Okay, let me just zoom in. Okay, this is H1. So let me just start with it from the daily. Let's see what's up. Okay, daily looks like that's a rejection of the 50. This price action here shows that there's a high possibility we could actually push up. High possibility. Okay, so for me, daily is confirming the buys. H4. Those who want to scalp oil, I think oil is on the move. Crude oil, WTI oil, or XTI USD. Same thing. I think it's on the move to the upside. You can possibly TP at 86.00. Okay, let's see. H4. Okay. Okay, H4, I'm seeing different view here. Let's see. Okay, possible. Possible. Okay, what else do I have here? Just wanted to see how this is looking. Okay, so here we're seeing a possibility of price pushing to the 50. But this price action again on H4, okay, for this broker, my H4 closes in 10 minutes. So I want to see how this H4 is going to close. But there's a high possibility we can come a retest trend line in the zone 5800, then push down. Possible. So that's H4. So let's see on the smaller time frames. Okay, H1. H1 is rejecting the 800, the 50. TDI is not confirming a sell here because we are above the 50 and we are on the 50. So should look for possible buys. So let's see if we're gonna get it. This is probably a stop and low rise, right? So I think Gerald gave a limit. Let me just check. Okay. I think Gerald gave a limit. Possible buys on 1.34712. Right, possible buys on 1.34712. That will be somewhere around 1.34712. Okay, on that zone. Okay, so Gerald sends possible buy limits here. So that will be your stop and low. So for me, I want to see a reaction on 1.34930 where the first line is here. I want to see a reaction here. What's going to happen? Because I'm seeing this and this, right? Possibly we're pushing up. But if they decide to do like a proper stop hunt or induce sellers, they will come as low as here. Then from here, they should push up. Once we break these two highs, we should come into the zone as a TP, which is also on the 200, which is also near this trend line from a higher time frame. If anybody took oil, I think oil is looking so good. If anybody took oil, okay. So I guess GU, we have the same view there. Anyone else want to share something? Anyone else want to share something? Okay, C3 is now at break even. I think you can scale in on C3 if anyone is on C3. You can scale in on C3. Okay, so from my side, that's it, guys. From what we discussed, I'll just be updating on the group. If anybody else wants to share, now is the time I can make you the host. But if there's no one else, then we can call it a morning. Oh, excuse me. Anyone else wants to share? If there's no one else, thank you guys for joining. We'll still communicate via WhatsApp and Telegram. So this session was recorded as well, just in case you want to go through it. You find it on YouTube. Don't forget to share our link or share the videos as well. It might help somebody. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining. Have a good day.